Today, I'm going to be talking about something that hits home quite hard for me, the NHS and the pharmaceuticals they prescribe us, and how we look at the NHS and we think we're so lucky, free healthcare. I agree with that to an extent. Like, if I broke my arm, I'll be going straight there. Yeah. But this is about specifically the prescription drugs that they prescribe to us. I personally think that 99% of man-made drugs are not good for you. Even paracetamol. Yeah, you're not allowed to have it on an empty stomach or without water because it burns the insides of your stomach. And recently I lost my mum. I lost her to motor neuron disease. There is no cure for motor neuron disease, so all they could prescribe her was drugs that would ever so slightly slow down her symptoms as they increased and got worse. Motor neuron disease is a disease where you lose function of your body. You can't use your mouth, you can't use your fingers, you can't breathe as well, you can't clear your throat. You basically start losing control, but mentally you're all there. It's a very horrible disease. I was devastated when I found out my mum did not want to pay private. She just wanted to go straight down the NHS route. And in my eyes, that was her admitting defeat, because like I said, there's no cure for motor neuron disease via drugs. There has been people that have stopped the symptoms from growing, and that's been through surgery. Now, our country, the UK, we don't offer that surgery. So I found a space in Germany where they offer it, and it would have cost £25,000. Now, when my mum told the NHS doctor about this surgery, they said that's an unreasonable amount of money to spend on healthcare. But then he prescribed her £100,000 worth of drugs a year. Make that make sense to me. That doesn't make any sense, does it? 25k is too much, but 100k is all right. Obviously, my mum didn't pay for that. It's the NHS. It comes out of the taxpayers' money. But still, how can you say it's unreasonable when you're just taking it from other people? I offered to pay for it. I didn't have the money. I had the money in assets, but I was willing to sell all my assets to pay for the surgery, and my mum just shut me down after she made a decision. She was completely convinced that the NHS were correct. And I was furious. I was so sad. There was a part of me that just wanted to run away. Yeah, because I couldn't deal with the fact that my mum had, in my opinion, chosen the wrong decision. I was so heartbroken, and I knew at that point that I was losing my mum because it was a dead-end road. And yeah, from that point forward, I spent a year trying to persuade her to do it. I said, it's not too late, Mum. You can still go get this surgery. And she just shut me down. And it got to the point where I was upsetting her. It would make her cry. And I don't know if that meant something on a deeper level. I'm not a psychologist. But when things started getting worse and symptoms started getting worse, I did stop. But I wanted to look back and not regret saying, you know, Mum, it's not too late. We could still try if you want to. I know deep down now that I did everything I possibly could have to try and persuade her. But she trusted the NHS and their opinion on a disease that they were not suited to deal with. She valued their opinion more than mine, which, fair enough. Yeah, they're the ones that were told are the specialists. And yeah, she got dosed up with drugs every day, and it equated to 100 grand. Eventually she couldn't eat anymore, so she had a tube going into her stomach, and that would be providing the nutrition that she would need, the bare minimum. Yeah, it was horrible. But I still look at it like this. I still look at it like the NHS is just another company, and they profit from ill people. They've got contracts. The doctor's job to prescribe their business partner's product. That be a paracetamol or an inhaler, whatever it is, that's a business deal. Now, when you look at COVID, that was crazy, because if you think about how many people were forced to have a drug, yeah, which was paid for by Governments went in debt. All these big pharmaceutical companies were profiting millions because everyone had to have this jab. And it's just a business deal. That's all it is. Now, I'm not going to go specifically into the COVID jab. I'm just saying that was a crazy move because it just forced profit. But I used to get mouth ulcers. I used to get spots on my face. And I'd buy products that were recommended by the doctors to try and do better. Corticosteroids for my mouth ulcers. I'd buy that. And even if you look on the back, if you use corticosteroid now for mouth ulcers, read the back. It says you can't use it for over 2 weeks. Doctors weren't telling me that. It's bad for you. And it did not help my mouth ulcers one bit. It turns out I've got mouth ulcers because I was with a cat, my family cat, and I was allergic to it and I never knew. It was a minor allergy, and that's how the breakout that would happen. I thought it was stress. I thought I was eating too much sugar, acidic foods. No, but they couldn't tell me that. They just wanted to sell some more product recommended by dentists, recommended by their business partners. And now I see clearly, and now I use coconut oil for oral health. I swish in my mouth after I brush my teeth in the morning. My teeth have never been better. They've never been whiter. My breath's never been better. I feel cleansed in the morning, and my skin has never been better in my life. Now, I don't think the spots are related to the cat allergy. I think that's other changes I've made. But this is about pharmaceuticals and how they're pushed on you. And really, nature's got the remedy. Nature always has the remedy. But we're told spend money or have a contract with us so we can print money for your issue. Go in debt, basically. And I just want to tell you, you do not have to follow the norm. They don't have your best interests at heart. All man-made drugs have a byproduct, a bad thing that comes with it. It might even help you, but it's going to come with a negative. And I'm not saying don't use it. I'm just thinking second guess it and ask AI. That's the only reason I found out that I was allergic to cats. I asked AI, why do I keep getting mouth ulcers when I go home? Is it the water I'm drinking? No, it's because I just happen to have a cat allergy and I never knew it. So yeah, think about it. There might be something you're going through right now, but you've not even considered that the NHS might be wrong, or the drugs you're taking might actually be helping you. Because everyone's different, everyone's body's different, and they don't always get it right. In fact, so just consider it. There is always a natural remedy for whatever issue you have. And you can find it, just use ChatGPT. I know everyone's saying that AI is bad at the moment, but surely your health comes first. That's worth it, in my opinion. All right, if anyone can relate to what I'm saying, I really hope this helps. Yeah, look out for yourself because no one else is. Yeah, they all want your money. They don't care about you deep down. So yeah, love. Thanks for watching.